So we are working with the Timber 68-inch fan. As you can see, I have the fan assembled. I have the receiver here. You're gonna note on the receiver, you can see the bond ID, the bond pin, and the little Wi-Fi signal there. So we're now gonna connect the receiver to the fan. And we are ready to go. So now I have the power off at the outlet, and I'm going to wire up my receiver. We're going to program it. We're going to hold down the stop button until we see a flashing light. And then just let it do its thing. And then we can test it out and just make sure it's programmed. Looks good. Download the Bond app from the App Store. So I'm on an iPhone, so I went to the App Store, searching Bond Home. Now we're going to open up our app. If you haven't created an account, you're going to need to create an account. I have actually already created mine, so I'm going to log in. We're going to add our device up in the top right corner. So we're going to click on Smart by Bond. If we're using a Bond bridge, we would click on the first link, but since this is a SmartFan, we are going to click on Smart by Bond. So it's telling us to go to your iOS Wi-Fi settings, connect to Bond configuration over Wi-Fi, and then come back to the Bond app. So we're going to go back to our settings. Connect to Bond config. So the app is going to make sure the ceiling fan is ours, so we can either do that using the remote control that we have, or we can use the pin code, which is on the back of the receiver. So we're going to use the remote control in this instance, and it's going to have us hold down the stop button for 5 seconds to prove this fan is ours. Let's test our ceiling fan. Yes, it worked. From here, we can name the fan. This is already called Timber. We can name the location. And so we're just going to press continue. And then we're actually going to connect the fan to Wi-Fi. So the network in my house. We are ready to go. So now in our devices, we have our Timber ceiling fan, and you can add additional devices up to that. We're next going to show you how to integrate with Google Home and Amazon Alexa. So in order to do that, we're going to go to our settings. We're going to go to manage integrations. Now for Alexa, I have one here, and we're going to work with that. So it's going to have you open the Alexa app. So if you haven't done that, you're going to have to download the Alexa app. Once we've come to this page, we're just going to enable to use. And it's just going to have you sign into your Bond account again. And we've linked our Bond to our Alexa. So now let's test it and make sure it's working. Alexa, turn on Timber light. Alexa, turn Timber light to 50%. We're next going to show you how to use the Bond bridge. So we first went through Smart by Bond. That's for all of our smart ceiling fans. If the fan you're choosing doesn't have a SmartFan logo, but it has a Bond compatible logo, you can still use our Bond bridge and click this link here. You'd purchase the Bond device for $100 retail and use that to sync with your Wi-Fi. And then we're going to connect to Wi-Fi. So this is my home network. We're going to connect with this one right here. I'm going to put in my password. So now we've added our bridge, as you can see it in our app here. There's our bridge. And then we're gonna add a device. So now we're actually gonna add the ceiling fan. So we're gonna click remote control, because we're gonna use the remote control to prove that fan is ours. So we're gonna add the Artemis ceiling fan. This is a fan that comes with the receiver, but to hook it up to Wi-Fi, you actually need the Bond bridge. So we plugged in our Bond bridge, nice and close to our wall control, and we're gonna get started. This next screen is gonna take us into a couple of options here. So we're gonna check ceiling fan. So this next screen here is telling us to get close to the Bond and use our remote control to help program the device here. So we're gonna start. I'm just gonna use the on-off for the light. And there we go. This is my remote. And we are successfully configured.